Alright, we're back on the BMT actually, Benton MacKaye Trail. We're headed to the Swingin Bridge. As you can tell from this sign, that's 3 miles. We've done this trail before. My daughter and her fiance. It's been about almost 4 years ago. I think I've done this twice though, because I think I did it once with leaves on the trees and then with them when it was like wintertime. So anyway, we're back up here. Leaves are on the trees. Do it again. Just getting a day hike in because I need some pack time. I need some trail time. I want to say this stream was running when I was here before, but I could be mistaken. A lot of streams are drying up. We had a really wet summer, but last few weeks it's been kind of dry, and some scattered showers the last 2 to 3 days have helped, but you don't really know who got what, right? So looks like I can see a little bit of water up there, but it may be going underground and not making it down the stream. I don't know. It's good to see a little bit. So what we're doing is we're making our way up this draw, which pretty much runs all the way down to the road. So your first probably mile, but certainly until I think we make a turn, a sweep to the right on up here, but first mile or so is going to be climbing. We got to get up onto the ridge, and then we'll just do a little bit up and down, and we'll drop down into the river, where the river is. A big tree down right there. Big old feller. It's like remnants of an old logging road. Has to be pretty old because you're not getting a truck between these trees right here, but they probably were not very big back in the day. Or it could just be they just brought somebody back in here to their property. I don't know. So surprisingly, you get up to the top of the slough and it actually banks to the left, not the right. But we're getting up here toward the top of the ridge. It's opening up a little bit too. Been running through those all day. None that look quite like that I could tell, but been looking up at the sun. Sometimes it's hard to see those until you're in them. You know, just went through another one. So I've had a couple of stowaways, tiny little guys. We finally got around to the back of this hump. We still got to go up a bit though. Different landscape. Cleared out the underbrush a good bit. Ever changing. Got a sassafras bush right there. Got another one over here. A little patch of it here. It's kind of nice. Sounds like a hawk soaring around up there. Can't see him through the trees, but he's hollering at something. I think that may be the log we sat on when we were here before. We're making our way kind of in the saddle. We just came across the saddle rather. We're making our way back up the other side. And if I remember right, we're gonna, well, there goes a spider. He's letting himself down. He's like, I'm abort, retreat. And he went all the way down. He's right about right there. I'm sorry, buddy. I know you worked hard on that. You have no idea. Anyway, we're making our way up the other side of this saddle here. Well, the trail's a little growed over, a bit grown over. I think I got plenty of treatment on my pants and my shoes, my socks, and I think this shirt as well. So hopefully we don't pick up no ticks. If we do, hopefully they die. It's strange how that just right back there around that corner, the trail's a little bit overgrown. And here it's nice and clear. The thing about trails like the BMT and any trail that doesn't have the popularity of, say, the AT or, say, Ravenscliff here in Georgia, they just don't get the traffic to keep a lot of this beat out. You get a little bit. This trail is pretty beat out, but you can go all week without a soul on it, I'm sure. This is why you treat your clothes, as this is the kind of thing ticks like to do, is climb out on the end of these leaves and wait. If I had better eyes or a macro lens, I could probably find one, but that's why I keep my trekking poles out in front of me too. But I'm still getting spider webs. Probably a spider on my beard now. So in the wintertime there's some views, as I recall, out here. And I can barely make out the ridge line, and it's up about yay high on the far end there. And there's some, I think, some pasture land down there. Of course, we're still paralleling the road, the dirt road down there. And it's working its way to the same place we are. It's not nearly as interesting as this is. IMO. Always like hiking around pines. Ground's always soft. The pine needles. It's just great. Here we have pines and some, I guess that's hemlock, looks like. Still, it's kind of a mixture here, so still you get the needles off of them, and it just, oh, it just makes for pleasant hiking. Starting to go down. Well, I just scared up something. Came up and went up through the woods and across that bough right there. It looked kind of low to the ground. I thought it was a deer just because of the way it sounded when it took off. Like a snort, but not quite a snort. I couldn't tell if it was just brush. A lot of times they'll whistle if it's a deer. But as it went up the hill, I was trying to get a look to see if it had a flag up. I never did see a white flag, which is typical of a white-tailed deer. They'll stick the tail up and there's just a big white patch. You can't miss it. Never saw that, but I was looking at it from the side. But the way it ran, it looked to me like it was too close to the ground. Almost like it was haunching down as it ran, like a cat. So there's a chance it could have been a bobcat. Anecdotally, there's been said that there are cougars in the lower Appalachians here. Officially, there are none, but I do know people who have spotted them. But my guess would be most likely a deer or a bobcat. But just the way it was running, it kind of was hard to tell, but it looked like it was a lot closer to the ground. But keep in mind, I'm looking up at a slope, and you know, anything's going to look, the ground's going to look close to anything because I'm looking up at the ground. So hard to say, but yeah, it was moving on, that's for sure. Whatever it was. Dump out onto this wide, kind of a forest road bed. It's an old road bed of some sort, I think, just because of how wide it is. It's nice and bench cut. And I guess this used to come up in and terminate probably behind us. Get logging and stuff. Probably 2 miles in, maybe. Not too much further. Won't be long. We'll be seeing where some cars parked to our right. Beautiful day, a little bit humid. Not overly humid, but I am sweating a lot. But it's not terribly hot. Maybe 80-ish up here, if that. Maybe even a little cooler. Of course, when the sun opens up, when you get into an area that's kind of exposed, I'm sure it feels a lot hotter, but we have a lot of trees, which is a blessing. I think right through there is the dirt road, if I'm not mistaken. We'll know shortly. Alright, we're getting close. See some cars parked back through there. Means we're getting real close. Parking area is right up there. Road just kind of stops. I think they got a big bank of dirt up there. And everybody just kind of comes down here. Road probably continued down here at one point. Now it's just a big wide path to get to the swinging bridge. I'm starting to hear the river down there. Can't get lost from this point. So folks were coming by. Didn't sit in the throne. We'll get a picture of that on the way out. But big open area, some camping. I'm sure it's done quite a lot. You can see fire ring down there. It's a pretty place to come and camp, I'm sure. I thought at one time it would be a camp over spot for me on my BMT, but it never worked out that way. Well, there's the swinging bridge. And it does swing. Give you some idea. It's swinging. There's the Toccoa. Beautiful. Looking pretty deep, looking pretty good. Beautiful. Beautiful. And here we are. Looks like the streams in there are flowing good, which is nice. Let's get around here if we can get down. Actually, I think we have to go up to get around this. Get over to the other side where we'll take a break. So that goes on to Three Forks and beyond on to Springer. We'll just cross over this. This will take us over to the river edge. Yeah, looks like it rained here a little bit this morning too, which is good. Water's flowing good. Going into that culvert there and coming out. Good to see water. Good to see water coming down from the mountain. Yeah, what you want to see. You get in there hiking, you need these water sources. Here we are. Alright, we took us a break right down there where those double logs are. Trying to make our way back. This is an awesome place. Gotta stop at the throne. It's not like the throne room. No, no, no. As I climb up out of the river, a little bit of a breeze coming down this trail. Feels really good. Maybe it'll stay with us all the way to the track. And to find out. This is where we split. There goes to the parking area. We have to follow the white triangles for the Benton MacKaye. Some ground cedar here, a little bit. Work our way back around. Got some climbing to do. Get out of that low point at the river. Is what it is. Heading back. Finally got up on more or less on the ridge. So I think the biggest climbing's behind me. Meander across a saddle or two, I think, and then start the descent to the car. Alright, we descended for a little while back there. Now it's opening them back up as we make our way over here to the top of the draw, which I think is going to be this one in front of us here. But things kind of have a way of kind of coming together, I guess, as water flows down. I think that's going to be our draw. We'll make our way that way and start heading down. We get a little bit more open area for a few minutes here, and then we should start back in descending. Some big trees. Not really good at estimating, but I would think some of these biggest here are well over 100 or close to it. Depending on the tree, of course. It's just amazing. Trees are the closest thing to eternal that we've got on this planet. This guy in front of me, how wide. It's this huge tree. Crazy. There's a cabin or house over there. We come really close to another one down here, actually a couple of them. It's just part of the narrower corridor that the BMT has. I've been descending for a little while. This is kind of at times a fairly steep descent. A little cabin, a for sale sign. The for sale sign has an arrow. The cabin has a rental sign, so I don't know if the cabin's for sale or what, but real close to the trail. That'd be real convenient right there. We can hear the highway, so like fairly loud. In fact, you can actually see it through the trees. Well, we're back again, as Grandpa would say when we got home from church on Sunday. Back again. There old Silver waiting patiently. Comes a enduro bike maybe, yeah. Coming out of the road to Swinging Bridge there. Alrighty. Got some traffic coming. Well, Swinging Bridge done. It's been almost 4 years, I think, since I did this hike. I didn't know it had been that long. It's good to see it again. Good day hike, good practice, good exercise. Good grief. A little bit warm. Looking forward to getting something cold to drink. Get me some food.